Hey, thank you for coming back. And today I'd like to talk to you about another wireless mouse. And it's this one here from JLab. This is the JLab JBuds wireless mouse. Now, before I get into the specifics, let's take a look around the mouse. As you can see, it is a full-size mouse. And of course, you got the two buttons here. You got your DPI switch here, the scroll switch. You got two buttons here, JLab button there. And on the bottom, you got three glide pads, 1, 2, and 3. Here's the on and off switch, the optical sensor. This is a selector switch. Get to that in just a moment. And right here is the USB dongle. And on the front of the mouse, right here, is a charging port because it does have a built-in battery and you charge it via the USB Type-C port. And yes, they even include a charging cable for you. Now you can connect either Bluetooth or using the USB dongle. You can actually connect up to 3 different devices on this and switch between them. You got 2 Bluetooth connections on here, plus the USB dongle. Therefore, you can use up to 3 different devices, and away you go. It has a 4+ month built-in 600 milliamp hour battery. Now, that does depend upon how much you use the mouse every single day. I mean, like if you're a power user and you're using this thing consistently throughout the day for, say, 8+ hours, well, that's probably going to reduce the runtime down a little bit. With my mouse, I was able to have it plugged in, charging, and still able to use it. Okay, it could have been a flaw. I'm not saying it's going to happen with every mouse, but with me, I was able to charge it and still use it. The buttons are silent. Pretty nice, huh? It's even quieter than the Vixing mouse that I reviewed so long. I think it was 2 years ago. By the way, which I still am using that Vixing wireless mouse. This mouse will work with Windows, Mac OS, and Chrome OS. And since you actually have 7 buttons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the JLab button, which is 7, you can download their app and customize these buttons to do what you want. Now, since I really didn't need to have customized buttons, I'll admit I did not download the app and try it out. So, sorry about that. Like I said, you got 7 buttons, and the DPI is from 1200 to 2400 DPI right here. Of course, I already told you about the USB charging cable. Now, the Bluetooth that it uses is Bluetooth 5.2 in this mouse. And the USB dongle, right there, is a 2.4 gigahertz dongle. And like I said, when you turn it on, you get to see the little red light there. Let me shut that off right now as I'm describing things here. And right here on the bottom, just above my fingertip, is the selector switch for either Bluetooth 1, Bluetooth 2, or the USB dongle. When I used the Bluetooth dongle, the mouse automatically detected it and used it. When I went to try it out on my iPad and on my phone, I actually had to come here and press the button to switch it over. So if it doesn't work at first, turn it over, press the button, and away you go. Now, if you also notice right here where like your fingers are going to rest and your thumb is resting, there's no rubber here. They got like a slight little bit of scalloping on either side. And it works. It keeps you in there. But like if your hands are a little sweaty or a little greasy just throughout the day. You know how your hands get a little kind of greasy from body oils and stuff. It tends to slip slightly, but that's not a big deal. I wish they would have put a little bit better texturing maybe here instead of this little scallop. Maybe put like a little X pattern or a diamond pattern there. That would feel a little bit better on your fingers when you're gripping it. Now, when I was using this mouse, these glide pads, as you can see, are fairly big. There is none here, but that doesn't matter because this thing glides really, really nice and smooth. Whether it be on a mouse pad, I even use it on a bare wood surface. I even use it on my pant leg and while wearing jeans, and this thing moved beautifully. I had no problems. The accuracy of the mouse is spot on. I had no problems, you know, because sometimes you're trying to move it over and it may not click perfectly with some of those cheaper mouses and stuff. No, this thing, the accuracy of the mouse is fantastic. The DPI switch, when you press it, it's instantaneous. Wait, there you go. It's instantaneous. There's no lag between switching between DPIs. Some of not only the older mice, but some of the cheaper mice that are out there, you may have like a split second of a hesitation before it switches to the DPI. Not on this mouse. It switches instantaneously and it's a joy to use. The other thing I wanted to tell you about, but you really can't see it, and I forgot to bring a power bank to plug it in, but just above, I'm trying to get it in. You see this little thing right there? That's an LED light to tell you when it's charging and when it's low. When you first start charging it, the LED light is green. It'll go off when the mouse is fully charged. Now that little light, if it turns red or it starts flashing red, that means the battery is pretty low on this thing. So you need to charge it. Getting to the scroll wheel. As you can hear, no noise. Even when you press it. The scroll wheel is really nice and fluid. It is a real joy to use. I mean, there's no noise coming from it, no squeaks. It feels really fluid in the movement here. The only thing I noticed about the scroll wheel here is it could be me, just me, okay? But when I'm scrolling, sometimes I think I have a little bit of a heavy finger. So I accidentally pressed the scroll lock. So, you know, like when you press the scroll button, it does that scroll lock. So you're either up and down or side to side or whatever. Sometimes I accidentally press it, but I think it's because I have a little bit of a heavy finger. But I did notice after probably about a week and a half that it really didn't do that as much. I don't know if maybe because I became accustomed to this mouse or maybe because the scroll wheel needed to be broken in a little bit. But I had never turned this off, and I had this thing for 3.5 weeks now. I never turned it off like it is now. You see the little red on the bottom there? That means it's off. And you see the blue, that means it's on, obviously with the light. I never shut this off. So it goes into standby to save the battery. And for those 3.5 weeks, I just kept, I would just set it down, go to sleep, do whatever, go to work, do whatever I needed to do, come home, and the thing always worked. Never ran out of juice. And yes, I even used this for gaming. I like to play Unreal tournaments, all of them. I like to play all of the Fear games. Of course, Half-Life, all of those. And just recently I was playing Half-Life 2 Episode 2. Far Cry's the original, and I got Far Cry 2. I didn't care for the other ones. I really don't care much for Far Cry 2 either. A whole host of games I used this mouse on, and I was pleasantly surprised on how well this works, especially when I adjusted the DPI to get a little bit more accuracy, like when I'm sniping somebody or something of that nature. Works beautifully, works flawlessly. The silent buttons are fantastic. And they feel really nice. It's a very short click, by the way, on these. It's a little bit shorter of a click than your traditional type of a mouse, and it's very responsive. And I've had no problems with day-to-day usage of this mouse, or even while gaming. I truly enjoy this mouse, and I think you will too. It is a joy of a mouse to use. So if you happen to like this video, please give it that thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel and don't forget about that notification bell. It would really help me out a lot if you were to share this video and maybe a few more of my others on all of your social media. And until the next video, you, your friends, your family, and yes, even all of your pets, you all have a great day. Buy the JLab JBuds wireless mouse. You're going to love it. I'll see you in the next video.